Good morning. Whew. Happy Monday and happy ML King Day. I'm certain everybody who is off, hi Carolyn, is enjoying. Hello, Queen New. Hi, Janita. Good morning. Yes, definitely keep tapping the screen because that'll let everybody know that we're in here. And my God, today it is so much, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much.
Hey, Mom.
So
I did sweep a little yesterday.
Hold on, y'all.
I don't think it was a dream. I think that was real life. That was real life.
So I said that if my my take on the Jordan Seaton proved to be not what I said, then I definitely will come on here and concede. So this morning I opened up my Instagram, and at the top of it is Jordan Seaton. And he's standing and he is in LSU gear. Good morning, Shelby. Immediately, my heart just dropped, like tanked, because I really wanted to believe that this move was to force the hand of Colorado to come off of more money for him and that he would jump out of the portal, hey, Cent, and hang out in Colorado. But the truth of the matter is, NIL and college football, college sports, period, it's a business. It was always a business, even before there was NIL and the transfer portal. It was always a business. And the manner in which they came about to ensure that players were compensated for their image, likeness, and licensing, it's a good idea, but it is not, it doesn't have the structure it needs. So there's that. Um, so as it appears, yeah, this is me conceding. And he's one of my faves. I'm gonna hate to see him not be in the black and gold. And of all places to go, LSU, especially after the way they did that other young man, that would be the last place in the free world I would want to go, because LSU has proven time and time again with their football program that it is never about the football player. It's always about the program, and they don't give a damn about you. And if you get injured, holla back. So if he was, or his decision to leave Colorado, I would have hoped he would have chosen a program that was going to have people in it that would be able to take care of him the way that Prime took care of him. That's the heartbreak in it for me. That people, um, I'm with you, Toy. I just he put on their clothes. It's just not right. It just don't even look right. Um, the other side of that is so many of these players, They get excited about the money. And I've heard people talk about the money part. They're like, yeah, well, they deserve to have this, this, and this, and this. But people do not pay attention to the fact that these are still student athletes. These are still student athletes. So unless you're jumping out of college and you're declaring to go to the NFL, you are still a student athlete with an obligation on the other end of that scholarship to maintain your grades, yada, yada, yada. But deeper than that, you're still a kid. And I don't care what anybody says. As a nurse, I can tell you this: young ladies, their cognitive is formulated and fully matured by 25, 26. Young men, not until 35. You're not old enough, nor is your brain developed enough to really understand fully what is the best thing for you. You don't have enough life experience. That's not to invalidate the life experience that you have, but making a major decision that is going to ultimately change the course of your life financially as well as academically and professionally, it would be wise to have someone you can counsel with and can help you with that. But so many of these young men are preempted by the amount of money that they are able to get. A lot of them carry on their backs family members and obligations that they want to take care of. And everything is good until it is not good. And far too often we hear the stories. We hear the stories of these young men. You see them in all of the advertising, you see them on all of the sports podcasts, sports shows, and then they get hurt or they don't pass their grades or something outside of the program happens and then they're just swept away, and whatever position that they were in, that they were trying to catapult themselves from, normally what happens is when they tumble backwards much further than they were when they initially started. And that is the greatest fear for a lot of us. When we say don't jump in that portal, people will say, well, you're just trying to hold them back. They entitled to go look for the bag. The bag is momentary and temporary, because all of us who have been out here and worked and made some money and lost some money can tell you, you'll get the money and you'll lose the money, you'll get the money again. It's never about the money. It's about the life lessons that go along with it. Because somebody can give you some money, you'll blow through it. But if you have to go through the steps and the processes in order to earn and deserve it, you tend to change your perspective and how you do it. And I think that is, yes, the argument about the NIL and the transfer portal and the lack of structure and guidance in it is that it gives too much leeway for these young men and young women to decide, oh, I don't want to do that and I want to go do something else. Well, what happens when you jump in that portal and then your coaches adjust and then they fill your position, and then where you thought you were going, you ain't going to go, and then you try to tread back and now your spot is gone. Now what you going to do? So, Pac Man, you make a very valid point. Isaiah Augustov was playing very well at Colorado. You heard his name all the time on the field. And then he got in the portal and he left. And you haven't heard anything from him since. Cash Cleveland, same thing. He was a star at Colorado, jumped in that portal and went somewhere else, and not so much. Now, the other side of that is colleges, boards of regents, board of directors, booster clubs, and everybody else that has the ultimate say so in the amount of money that is allotted to a program to give to someone. If you think for a second that those people don't feel a little salty when they made offers and made a place for blue chip and 5-star players to come and be the stars of their team, and then those stars decide, we out of here. Jordan Seaton was the most sought out incoming freshman in his class. They were pissed when he got to Colorado. Pissed that he went to Colorado. Not only were they pissed that he went to Colorado, it was the manner in which he did it. Now, you went to Colorado and now you jumped out and you went in the portal. I just don't want this to be ugly and bad. People with money, when they feel like you playing with them or you burn them, their vindictiveness is long. So my prayer for him, of course, is he stays healthy and wherever he goes, he is successful and he gets out of that program as much as the program is getting out of him. But I caution, very weird, Moni. I caution to make certain that you have the right people around you to protect you and your best interests. Because, like I said, that NIL money is right now. It's right now. As soon as you are no longer eligible and playing on your collegiate team, your NIL is finito. Now, being in a program, in a position where you have people taking care of you and making certain that you're good, they're keeping you healthy. They're looking out for your best interests. They're going to see to it that you are seen and sought after the way that you do. And everybody keeps saying that Jordan needs to go to another school so that he can be seen. There is nobody more seen than Deion Sanders. No other collegiate program and coach is being highlighted and splattered all over the internet and television than Coach Prime and the Colorado program. The team that didn't go to nationals, the team that didn't win a bowl game, the team that had a losing season. And people still are trying to flood to come to Colorado because other people understand this. What Coach Prime holds in his toolkit is much bigger and broader than NIL and that transfer portal. Hey, Queen Victoria. So for everybody that's saying, let that young man go get his bag, he's deserved his bag. Which bag are you talking about? Are you talking about the bag that only lasts 10 minutes? Or are you talking about the bag that's going to set you up for generational wealth? And generational wealth don't necessarily mean it's the NFL, but you are connected and networked with a coach who has his hands on everything and everyone. So it is just a matter of reaching out and touching somebody or sending a message to somebody. See, like I've said this time and time again, if I had a child and he was playing football, I don't give a damn what everybody else is talking about. I don't give a damn about your bowl games. I don't give a damn about your national titles. He's going to Colorado because one thing I know for certain and two things I know for true. There is a coach there who is interested in the development of the human being that sits in his meeting room all the time. He understands that football has its perks, but he knows that out of all 64 of those members of his team, all 64 of y'all not going to the NFL. But let me put you on to some game that'll help you out and take you some other places. So folks who say, let them, okay. All I can say is okay. Now, in an ulterior dimension, and I really hope, if for any reason that Jordan decides he's going to hop out of the transfer portal, I hope, however, he decided to leave Colorado, it puts him in a position where he'll be able to sit down and have a conversation, and his spot will still be available to him. Because it's a lot of people who jumped in the portal and then changed their mind. They jumped out the portal, and their teams were like, about that. Somebody else had jumped in the portal, and we decided to go ahead and let them take your spot. And then some people have had to go back to their teams. They had scholarships, and now they just walk ons. Shelby, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's because of the car and the other things that I really was like, no, he's not gonna do that. And not that I believe that the car held him so much as I know how Shador felt about him and the commitment that he made to Shador. And one of Shador's love languages is his gifting and his give back. So he felt that strongly about what Jordan did to come to Colorado to protect him to everybody else is a flex. You know, Shador is flex, and that's not what that was about. That's not what that was about. Shador Shador respected the fact that he made a decision to come to Colorado to protect him, and he did. He kept his word. He did exactly that. So it's because of that that I'm like, no, he wouldn't do that. He won't do that. They family, like, and not just that. There have been other times where even after Shador has been gone, that Shador and Jordan have talked about things, and Shador has been a big brother to him. So there's a lot vested in this Jordan Seaton move. It's not like the other guys where you just jump in the portal. So we will see. We will see. But he is still one of my faves, and I really do. I wish him the best if he really is leaving Boulder, and I just hope that he has the right team around him to keep him protected and solid. I would hate for him to leave out of an ideal situation under Coach Prime to go somewhere just because of the money. Because if an injury happens or the money runs out, that leaves him ass out. And I don't want to see that because I've seen too often what the repercussions are when it goes that way. So there's that. You're always the nephew. We still ride for you. This one hurts. Oh, God, it hurts. So let's talk about our other nephew who is in the UK. He is in London enjoying himself. I love that for him. I love that he is recharging his energy, his headspace. I love that he is protecting his peace. He has turned the volume down on all the noise and the ruckus that is going on here stateside. Folks living, I mean, Shador lives rent free in some major cranial penthouses, I swear to God. We have people evaluating the current playoffs using Shador Sanders. He's not in the playoffs. Why are you comparing those quarterbacks to Shador? Or let me reverse that. Why are you comparing Shador to these? Shador's not playing. He's not in the playoffs. He's in Europe, touring, enjoying himself, being loved upon everybody he comes across. And you know it's major love when somebody gives you a shirt with your known number, even though you didn't told the world to call you 12, and he just grinning and holding it. I'm so excited and so happy for him because I was very concerned about his mental capacity. And I've said that to you guys before that, we'll often put on a mask and there'll be a lot of stuff going on underneath us. What that young man carried and endured this past draft and pro season, a lot of us would have buckled and snapped. But he maintained himself really well. I love the fact that he knows how to say when. He can dip in and out as he needs to protect himself. And he stays very diligent and focused on just that. He's not interested in what you got to say. He doesn't care about what you got to say. He is going to do what it is that he needs to do. Now, I made internet aunties post yesterday. Um, I'll get into another side of that. But there was someone that went on there and they posted because one of the segments on the internet auntie post was alluding to Andrew Barry being in the bar and seeing some of the aunties asking him if he was the general manager that was going to build a team around our nephew. And the gentleman responded, "Are you all the aunties?" And in that, respect was given and received, and they all toasted. Well, someone came in under the post and said, "I don't really trust Andrew Barry like that just yet. I still think he had something to do with it." Now, I was the first one. Well, I won't say I was the first one, but I made myself available to come on here. And with the same conviction that I said Andrew Barry was an op, I came on here and apologized and said, no, he's not. And I shared with everyone why I was standing on the fact that he's not an op. And I walked back through it. So someone comes on the post and says that they don't trust Andrew Barry. And I'm going to say this: you don't have to go by anything that anybody says. Pay attention to what you are seeing. One, Andrew Barry has not done a whole lot of conversation. He has not gotten in front of the cameras. He has not tried to sell his view, none of that. We saw him a couple of times. We saw him at the draft. He was sitting there with Kevin Stefanski, poker faced, looking vanilla and plain as he wanted to. And the manner in which that draft situation happened, it very much did look like he was a part of that until he did do a press conference. And even in that, we still were like, we don't like it. We don't like it. But when Shador played in his preseason game and he was on the sideline and Shador is talking to him and laughing and playing with him, and Stefanski is standing in front of him, I wasn't paying attention to Andrew Barry. I was paying attention to Shador. And I was paying attention to Shador's body language and how he was talking and exactly what he said to him. Shador was talking to Andrew Barry as if he was talking to his uncle or someone that's in his dad's age group. He was awaiting his feedback, waiting to hear his approval. And I also paid attention to the fact that there were very few people that Shador engaged, or rather, he did not engage. The entire time Shador was playing and on that sideline, he did not interact with Kevin Stefanski until that very last game we saw. You always saw him with David and Njoku, or you saw Myles Garrett, or you saw him talking to one of the other coaches that's on the quarterback coaching staff. But he was talking to Andrew Barry. And he was laughing and he said, "Okay, so you a little proud of me, right?" And he got a half a smile out of Andrew Barry and he said, "No, I'm very proud of you." And he shook his hand, he hugged him, and he walked off the sideline and went on. That was the very first time when I was like, that's very interesting. Then the next thing we know, Joe Flacco got moved. Okay. Okay, well, if you move Joe Flacco, then that means the rest of your depth chart moves up. So that means Shador is going to be playing. But even in that, Kevin continued to act retarded. So there is that. But then, what did it for me? What did it for me was after Kenny Pickett After Kenny Pickett was traded, and then Shador was out there playing, and he made a beeline to that locker room. You've never seen him in a locker room. He made a beeline to that locker room, and he hugged that boy like he was his own child. And it wasn't one of those, dap you up homie kind of hugs. No, 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 no. He brought him in. He brought him in and he hugged him. And in that moment, I knew, well played, Mr. Barry. I got it loud and clear because oftentimes in our community, we can talk to each other and not say a word. He said a whole lot and didn't say a thing. Oh, you've been playing the long game. Okay. So you've been going along to get along. You have had to watch your steps while you were watching over him. Okay. Got it. And instantly came on this internet and said loud and proud, I owe you an apology. So at this point in game, for anybody in our community who still feels like they can't trust him, you'll reach your moment and epiphany when you do. But I caution you on the things that you say because there are so many people who are wanting and working towards the demise and downfall of that young man. They are very angry about the power and influence that he holds with the Haslam Sports Group and Dee and Jimmy Haslam. And they would like nothing better than to continue hearing the disdain for him. Count on your hand how many black general managers you know. I'll wait. He is not only a general manager, he is a vice president. So he holds a lot of power and influence in the team, but because his complexion is not his protection, he can't walk around like the HNIC flexing and talking about what he's doing. His moves must be covert, strategic, precise, and stealth. So we need to be careful with how we handle him. Because how many of y'all on y'all jobs have to be precise and stealth in how you move? Because you're a manager or a supervisor. He has had to sit in the shadows and endure everything that everyone has thrown and done to Shador, but in addition, everything that is passive aggressively and subliminally being thrown at him. And let me tell you something about our community. We vicious. We do not have no cut card, and we will come for your jugular. And we have. We went for his jugular. We wanted him gone. We demanded that he be fired. We gave every reason in the world why he was not status quo for this position, why he was standing around allowing them to do Shador that way, and he wasn't doing anything. And we were dead ass wrong. He put his career and his neck on the line and put all his eggs in Shador Sanders' basket. And he stood 10 toes flat, even in the eye of the people that looked just like him, who continuously demanded that he be removed. So here we are, and the same conviction and the same way we was loud and proud about it when we believed it was the other way, get loud and proud and stand 10 toes down, protecting him and standing behind him because he is the mastermind behind this rebuild. And if they thought that the Shador Sanders move pissed them off, wait till they get a load of what else is coming their way. So that's what I have to say about Andrew Barry. I am thankful that all this time we thought our baby was in that building by himself, and he was not. And between God and Andrew Barry telling Shador, be patient, be patient. Now we will see the fruits of that labor. So again, people are entitled to their own, they entitled to their own stuff, however you want to feel. But I am not a proponent of a miscarriage of untruth or being a mean girl. I can have my opinions, but opinions and facts are two different things. And when you discover that you made a mistake in how you perceive things or a person, then the same way you were strong enough to yell out your convictions, have that same breath and energy to walk it back and give people their flowers and atone for your misreadings. Andrew Barry is a good man, Savannah. Hmm. Hmm. He is. He a little plain and vanilla for me, but he is handling business in Cleveland. So I'm good with it. Continue as you were, Mr. Barry, taking care of nephew and the rest of the squad. We appreciate you. Thank you. That's all I'm gonna say about him. Now let's talk about the ATLians and how life in Chocolate City is not so good. When was the last time y'all heard DC Young Fly get on the internet and go off for a good 3 minutes? When
Ask your mom right now. Movie, go to the potty. Come here.
DC Young Fly, he said exactly what everybody in the community was thinking. But let's be very clear,
Movie, go sit on the potty.
because I'm very proud of our live chat group because we stay focused and we stay on top of things. But we said a long time ago in the beginning with all these shenanigans, all right, Kevin girl, you is in trouble. Now, Kevin girl might have thought we was just talking about that job he held. No, we were not. Because I said karma is on a world tour. The relative, I mean the ancestors, they have arisen and they are outside too. So you might want to tread lightly on how you misbehave. They didn't listen. Okay. So now karma is showing her natural raw ass. Because if you think, Kevin Stefanski, you won by earning and being given the head coach position in Atlanta, Georgia, your clock needs to be cleaned. You will be coaching in the house that Prime built. you you were shitty.com to the son of the man who built the empire you about to head. I just want y'all to wrap your brain around this, okay? You're going to Atlanta. Do you understand? It's been 50, 11 years and people still walking around in black jerseys with the number 21 and Sanders on the back at current football games. current football games. And by the way, has anybody peeped how many prime Atlanta jerseys have been flying off the shelves? When I tell you Karma is showing her natural raw ass, she is she is having a Vegas residency. Oh, she was in Cleveland. She has moved on and she is now in Atlanta. So you got the head coaching job in Atlanta, and you and your pundits will like to think that you're doing well. Apparently, you've never been to Atlanta. You haven't been to Atlanta. So let me tell you what you have in store for you. Because the first thing is this: there are a couple of places in this country that took it personal what you did to Shador. And let me tell you where those places are. Okay? Florida, because that's where Dion born, raised, and came out as a dog. Yeah, Florida, Black Florida. There's that. And then there's Georgia, because he is Atlanta's favorite son. He played for the Braves and he played for the Falcons. Then they watch what you did to his son. And lastly, oh, oh, baby, Texas. They do not play about Deion Sanders, okay? Because even though he wore Atlanta Falcons jersey, once you become a Dallas Cowboy, they don't give a damn who you played for before. Never. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, damn. Oh, somebody is in. See, when I start seeing other people in the chat start acting crazy, I got to scroll up. Analytical greatness. Hmm. Imagine that. Stop blaming Stefanski for Shador failures. Let it go. Well, here's the key. Reading is fundamental, and so is listening. People who listen to comprehend listen to answer versus listening to comprehend normally are not very bright, and your grammar sucks because his name is Stefanski, not Stanfasky. So there's that. Um, and the next thing is Uh, no one blamed him for any of Shador's shortcomings, but we did make a factual observation. He did attempt to sabotage his rookie year. He did attempt to shelve him and keep him benched. He did encourage and support the narrative that was being given about him. So, no, that doesn't have anything to do with Shador's it doesn't have anything to do with Shador's failures. Mm-mm. It truly. Oh no, Marcia, this is not consumption. This is the library being open, honey. It's always one that comes in here and allows me to act a plum Nelly fool in the most intellectually and smooth etiquette form. I absolutely love it. It's actually quite a gift I have. So please allow me to share it with our uninvited, unsolicited, ignorant methamphetamine groupie. We're here now. The library is open. You've gotten the librarian's attention. So let me carry on, shall I? We don't have to blame Kevin Stefanski for anything, but what I can tell you is this right here. Those AT aliens, oh, they gonna make him pay. But deeper than that, what I was saying before your dumb ass came in here talking crazy, Texans do not play about Deion Sanders or any of the Sanders children. Because what you need to know is that young man was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. So the people here in Texas take it a little personal. A little personal. And we watched what you did to Shador. Yeah, we did. And he took it with a grain of salt. And he did what he was supposed to do. He never flinched on his loyalty to his team, his coaching staff, or his colors. Now you're going to have to deal with the AT aliens and the Mecca. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Because those young children, they belong to us. See, we've watched them. We've watched them from Pampas all the way up to the pros. So, Mr. Analytical Greatness is something to be said about somebody who that's their thing. But I don't know how great you could be in analytics when your grammar sucks. No punctuation, spelling is shit face. Um, you don't even know how to maneuver your fingers because somehow or another you wound up over here with us. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. So, yeah. Um, what I would say to you, analytical greatness, is uh, you spend more time on YouTube, maybe watching Miss Rachel, Jules TV, Barney, Sesame Street reruns or something. They're really good. They have these segments where they talk about how to spell, how to do numbers. You can also do Schoolhouse Rock. You can look that up on YouTube too. They're really good with grammar and numbers, and they even give you a few little civic cartoons in there. Oh, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. You know the song. Yeah, yeah. You might want to just head on over there. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? You can tell who mama let them sit up in front of PBS all the time. Anyway, sir, this is not your tribe or your village. So if you could just do us all a favor and exit stage left, that would be great. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, family. Well, that was fun. That was so much fun. I love a good read. Mm. Love a good read. Love a good read. Love a good read. Well, now that we've read him to filth, moderators, if you want to block him, you can block him. It doesn't matter to me. Moving on to what I know, Belcat. It's funny. It's funny to me when I do it because they so slow. They set themselves up and just let me. Like it's not even fair, but yes, I'm very excited about his growth. Not to mention, he is what I love about Shador is that he is balanced. As he is going through his stages of maturation, you can see physically he has grown too because our 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 beloved nephew is not that same tall, skinny young man that left Boulder. He is swole, like big swole. And if you get a chance to see him in person, because when we were in Cleveland and he walked up on his mama to give her a hug, I was like, yo, look at grown. My God, today. I was I was standing next to his mama and I was like, Miss Pilar, look at your baby boy. She was like, I know. It's like God, he done got big. Even like before when he used to have the one sleeve off and you saw his arm, that arm now is cut up. It's a gun. Big swole. Oh my God. He's still here. What do you want some attention? What do you need? What do you need? What do you want? What do you want? Yes, 50s. I when I saw that every time he is around his children, he just bask and glowing and whatnot. It is just absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Have a good one, Nicole. So I'm glad that he is in London and he is having a good time. Child, these people, they silly. So the concern and worry about his mental capacity, it is no longer there. He's good. He's good. He is doing everything he needs to do in his off season to make certain that he is going to be solid when he hits spring training. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that everywhere he goes, that he is revered, respected, and loved. He's over there catching the soccer game and they blessed him with a gift. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. Um, I'm very excited that Shiloh is his streaming is doing so well. He is an absolute natural in front of that camera. An absolute natural. I mean, Shiloh is naturally funny and charming and entertaining, but when you watch his streaming, you can tell that in his progression, this is his niche. Like this is where he is good. Now we would love to see him. Good morning, Chicky. We would love to see him back in a uniform because that's just what we've been accustomed. Yes, I saw that Ben is trying out for the WWF. And you want to know something? He's going to be just fine too. He's going to be just fine too. That is a perfect example of what I mean by how Coach Prime makes certain that his kids land where they need to go. And it's so much bigger than football. So much bigger than football. So, yes, I'm very excited and happy for him. Now, this draft that's coming up in April, I don't know how I feel about it because it just, thank you, Chicky. I am very excited for some singular players who they have done the work and they have earned the right to be at the draft. Alejandro Mata. Alejandro Mata will go down as not only the best kicker at Jackson State and Colorado, but he will go down as the true definition of you getting it out of the mud, of you putting in the work, moving in stealth silence. He doesn't do a whole lot of talking and a whole lot of rah rah. He is a true student of Coach Prime. Let your merit and your work speak for you. And he has performed exceptionally. He has performed exceptionally while playing for Coach Prime. And when he announced that he was declaring for the draft, I felt as excited for him as I did last season when all of our other babies declared it, because he is a young man that has truly earned the right to be at that draft. He has definitely earned the right to be recruited and scouted. And all these folks that's talking about he ain't really strong enough and da 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 da. Let me tell you something about the position that he holds. The position that he holds requires consistency and accuracy. Let me say it again for the people in the mezzanine seats. Consistency and accuracy. You can get strength and conditioning to work with him when he's already at 99.9 in consistency and accuracy. We can build up your strength. We can even build up how much further out you got to be to kick the ball. But the same way y'all was talking about how Shadua can't do this, that, and the other, and now y'all talking about Mata, he ain't strong enough. He might not be. But whatever it is he's lacking, he is stacked and packing in everything else, because Mata don't miss. Let me say it again for y'all. Mata don't miss. And you want to talk about somebody that don't give a damn and don't hear anything of what everybody is saying? He is a proud Mexican American young man. He wears his lineage, his ethnicity, and his colors with pride. He is bilingual and he will go Spanglish on you in a minute. He has been supported and coached by a man who has encouraged him to embrace who he is and his culture. He don't stop being him because it makes you be uncomfortable. He is not the tallest, he is not the most sculpted, but what he is consistent and accurate as hell. As hell. So be very clear. We love and support nephew Alejandro Mata. And wherever he go, the same way we raise hell in Cleveland, we will raise hell about that one too. That young man has earned his position. He has earned his right to passage. Try to block him and act stupid if you want to. I said what I said. He is a most humble, well mannered, kind young man. And before anybody asks me, yes, I have met Mata. Yes, I have on a couple of occasions. Hmm. Oh, hell yes, Prime is going to make sure he's good, Tam. We know this. Because one thing that Coach Prime respects is loyalty. He played for him at Jackson State, and he came with him to Colorado. And what I love the most about Mata is Mexican American, and his coach is African American. And a majority of his team is African American. And Mata didn't change up. He exchanged. He allowed his coach and his team to understand his language and his culture as he embraced the language and culture of his coach and his teammates. And I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. So for everybody that want to go under the comments and have something to say about Alejandro Mata, you sitting on your couch making them comments. He's in talks with coaches, scouts, recruits, and agents. Just you remember that. You talking about what's going on in the club. You can't even get in the club. You wish you could do it like me, Otis. And I am. Because last night, let me tell you something about them chicks on the committee. They in the chat group, Kiki Ken. Because Kiki said I didn't go live. So she have to say stuff so she can get me to go live. And I was telling him what my schedule was. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't go live yesterday. I'll make up for it today. Did I make up for it today, boo? Did I get it in, mail cat? Because there's still some more to tackle. Because let's talk about old Tommy Reese. Now, while I was apologizing to Andrew Barry, I was a big proponent on no, y'all give Tommy Reese a break. He's under duress. Kevin Stefanski is probably giving him hell while he trying. Well, you no good son of a gun. So you was being typical clear Mayo Mafia pilgrim. That's what you was doing. That's what you was doing. Okay. Hmm. Well, let me say this loud and proud. That same karma Vegas residency that we that we know is here for your dude, you a different breed because you you went for the job of the man that got fired that you was in cahoots with. So you went for his job. But then when you couldn't get his job, now you in conversations of trying to skedaddle over there to Atlanta. Oh, you that kind. Stevie Wonder had a lyric to his song, and they smile in your face. But the whole time, they don't want your kind living here. So that's what you was doing. I'm not shocked. I don't like to ask people to give other people the benefit of the doubt only for them people to have on shitty diapers and smelling the high heaven, which is what you did. So I don't really think there's anything I can say about you, Mr. Reese, except if you are going to Atlanta to follow your dude, you just be prepared because those good people in Atlanta, Georgia, as they say it, Atlanta, Georgia, they gonna deal with you too. They gonna deal with you too. Good old Dylan Gabriel. Now we ain't talked about Dylan Gabriel in a while because I felt like that young man needed a break because them folks in Cleveland, they handled him way rough. They handled him way rough. You can't even walk out the tunnel without some booze. They needed to see to Shadur's hand and they was ready to rock the stadium for that one play you was in the game. The 216 is not your home, homeboy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I told you back game 2 and 3, sir, when they was talking about what they was gonna do with Joe Flacco, that this would be a good time for you to get a new agent and get somewhere where you still have an opportunity to be traded and possibly still play and be developed. But you didn't listen. No, you listen to Kevin, girl. And I told you, if Kevin get fired, where you think that lands you? So now your dude then got a job in Atlanta, and people are talking about you might be going to Atlanta. Wait a minute. Are you taking that Zoe girl with you? I know y'all. No. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the sisters in Atlanta and that get ready with me action. Baby, the sisters got the get ready with me game on lock in the ATL. So she don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And then that slick ass mouth of hers. I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. I want you to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Because the type of energy that Miss Zoe generates, that's what it looks like. It looks like uh, the Hawaiian version of that. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. You can't hang in Cleveland. You clearly will not be able to hang in Atlanta. People will go to her job and ask her, "Are you cool?" And I mean, people in Atlanta will do that. They ain't gonna do nothing to her, but they will. They'll show up and be like, "Are you cool?" See, that's Atlanta because they don't play that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Your little entertain. There's entertainers, and there's competitors. What are you competing for now, sir? You haven't been competing since you got that concussion. Now, Kevin Stefanski's situation in Atlanta is going to be very interesting because oftentimes when a head coach moves to a new organization, he gets to bring in his own team and they get to change things around as they see fit, which, okay. Atlanta ain't like Cleveland. See, people in Cleveland, they they take shit and just treat it like that's business as usual. That's not how it works in Atlanta. And along with this choice with Kevin Stefanski, they already asking for the guy that just came in making the decisions. They want him out of there. Hey, all about the Benjamins. It's been a long time, beautiful. They want him out of there. They're like, wrong answer. Who put him in this position? They want him out of there immediately and take your piss poor choice with you because the disrespect, you are in the house of prime. Hmm. But I can tell y'all this, I'm definitely going to be in the building in Cleveland when the Falcons come to play the Browns. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm definitely going to be in the building for that one. I hope that that's one of the games. I hope that is one of the games early and it's early and the weather is still good. That'll be the family reunion game for sure. Whoo, baby, we about to turn up and turn out. Please, oh please, oh please, let them play Atlanta early. Don't put them on the schedule at the end. He'll probably do some real shisty bitch move, like try to bring in some other quarterback and bench Penix, because that's who he is. That's who he is. Hmm. But I'm telling y'all right now, I can't wait for them to announce the schedule. The Falcons game is a home game, and I am thinking that it's gonna be at the beginning of the season since that's not in a what you call it. All I need is for that game to be end of September, beginning of October, and that game will be the family reunion game because that game is gonna be off the hook. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good job, Booba. You can get off the couch now.
Yeah, it would be epic. So since I brought it up, I wanted to say I'm very excited because the response to the reunion, it is growing. More and more people are paying their deposits. So thank you for that. Deposit deadline is February 28th. I also wanted to say thank you to everyone who has, you know what? You right, Shelby. I do have lots of Kevin Girl merchandise. Uh, so there's that. If you want some Kevin Girl merchandise, yes, holla at your girl. I got you. And we sure can wear it to that game. Yes, we can. And I can change it so that the colors it'll be on brown and orange. Imagine that. Imagine that. Thank you, Shelby. I'll go into the store and take care of making sure that that's done so that people will be able to do that. So there's that. The next thing is this. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has gone to the link and have donated and purchased items for the children in Cleveland. That list is growing as well. Um, when we did the reunion, there were six of us who were in attendance. There is already seven paid deposits. So we've already met and exceeded last year's goal, which is what I was saying to y'all. Because let me tell you something about me. The benchmark is for 100. I would love to have 100 of us in the building, but I will party with 20 people the same way I will party with 100. So don't be one of them people be like, oh, it's not a lot of people. What you mean it ain't a lot of people? We here. We here. The buffet here. The bar is here. The deposit is 200 and we got spades, we got dominoes, we got swag bags. And if you DM me your email address, I will send you the information about it. So that's how that's gonna rock and roll. And let me tell you something, because the other five ladies who were there with me, one thing I know how to do is have a good time. We gonna have a good time. And that was just the first one. And we didn't even have or the amount of planning and organizing that's going into this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We about to turn up. We gonna turn up. And thank you, my beloved Shelby, I'm gonna go into my merchandise and take care of the Kevin shirts for sure because we already have that merchandise. I just need to make sure that they're on orange and brown. So yeah, and we didn't have any of the planning that we did that we're doing for the upcoming one. It was just us. So can you imagine the level of litty that's gonna be? And we have been organizing, we have been Zoom calling. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Anne, you should come and play with us. Come on. Come on, it's crazy. Everybody's doing it. Come on, let's just do it. Because that Atlanta game is going to be the truth. Please, Father God, make it at the end of September, beginning of October. That would be grand. Oh, Lucilia, we can't wait to see you. We can't wait to see everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, lastly, you all know that I create and I post the internet aunties, the little 1 minute episode of different scenes of the aunties, and sometimes it's all jokes, and then sometimes I will snatch bits and pieces from what's really happening and give my interpretation of it. Well, ever since the orange toddler and his bandits of yokels have taken over TikTok, I've gotten violations for posting that as it not being original content. Now, here's the first thing: TikTok ain't paying anybody enough to give a damn about your violations and losing your spot in the content creator monetization program. Yes, I'm dead ass serious, Pac Man. There's that part. The next part is this: I'm not getting ready to copy off of nothing. What's in your mouth?
Oh, he was eating some sausage.
Go, go throw that in the trash now. Mm-mm. Go wash your hands. So with that being said,